So nice and slow, I'm gonna go like this, reach the roof, like that. Now I can fold to the side and then lock it in. Hey guys, it's Kevin Lee. Do you know how to get off from a bear hug? Well, today I'm gonna show you guys 4 variations how to escape from a bear hug from the front and rear, so stay tuned. So there are a few variations that we teach that can teach the student how to escape from a bear hug position, but generally I teach from 4 variations from here. Number 1 is when he hugs me from the front when my arms are pinned. This is one variation. The second variation is to do the same thing, but my arm is free this time. The third and fourth variation is from behind. First is same thing. You can either pin my arm or without pinning the arm, under or over like so. Okay? So these are the 4 variations. Let's kind of walk through this step by step. So the first one we're gonna talk about, he's gonna bear hug me when my arms are pinned. So remember, with this one, this is gonna be harder to strike. You can try to hit him like that, but that's not gonna be as effective. So the first thing I wanna do this, I wanna always think about sinking my hip. Control the center of his body. Instead of having my body locking like this, because the second thing he's gonna do is not pick me up and he's not slam me to the ground. So what I teach a lot of times is you wanna stay heavy with the base. If you look at the position in the front, I'm actually raising my elbow like so. So that way I can control his arm. At the same time, I wanna drop my hip and then get heavy on my hip. So the moment he grabs me, I'm gonna do this. So he grabs, hold it tight, I'm gonna control my hand on the hip and then raise my elbow high and it starts sinking like so. Okay, now I have sort of create a frame right here. Now I have 2 options here. Number 1, I can use try to break this by stepping back, or a lot of times I'm gonna take this hand and control the arm like this. My right hand's gonna go through, grab his belt, or just kind of reach behind the shoulder. From here, I'm gonna move my body to a side, then you can toss with a hip throw or a leg throw. So you have number 1 option, drop the hip, move back. If I break the grip, I can start using my knees. Sometimes, if I cannot break that, hold me tight, I can stay here and stay tight, drop my hip, I move back. But if you say so, stay with me, I move my body to the side. You notice I use my head to lean down, put all the pressure on one side, grab onto his hip with a belt, with a pants. From here, I'm gonna step through right here, use my hip, and just toss him, boom, like that. Then you stomp on his head, escape from the scene. Okay, that's the first variation. The second variation is gonna pin my body without the arms. So now he's hugging me like so, and he just stay tight. First thing people do a lot of times is just drive the body backwards. So when I think about connection right here, I take my arm, I want inside my hand across the neck like this. So the moment he drives forward, I have a frame. Same thing, my hand goes through like this, watch my body, step back. I wanna push all the way through. Then from here, I can use my knee or my elbow as a strike. If you look at this position right here, sometimes I'll find a hand under the chin. Then I'll kind of push the chin up, reinforce with another frame, and then just push back like so. The same thing can also be done on the nose. This is not as nice because once I'm here, I push the nose, I just push me back. See it? And then, bam, knee strike to the floating ribs, okay? So that's version number 2. He has my body pinned up without having my arm. I insert my hand across the neck or under the chin like so. Either way, I want to sink my body weight down, have a gravity low, and then back step right here. Once I have this, knee strike right away. So that's the first 2 variations. Now, the third variation is gonna hug me from behind. Do be careful with this, especially when my arm is free, because now I can move my body to the side and then do a strike, or I can do a headbutt. Sometimes the bases are wider. You may be able to do this. I don't recommend this. Sometimes people will pinch your knees. So, number 1, what I like to do is finding the wrist. So let's say the top pin is on this side. I will take my 2 thumbs and I'll pin it on the inside like so. At the same time, I want to lean my body back. So I'm going to stay really heavy on the upper chest. If my hip is close to him, he can pick me up. See that? The moment that he picked me up, I want to drop my hip forward. As long as I have space right here, like I might try to pick me up really hard. So hard. I'm going to sink my hand down. Now doing this. All I'm doing now is to show the pressure into his chest and just sit back and then just break. I want to break his hands, his grip over my hip like this. Now this way. This is harder. This is actually really hard. So I want to think about stepping through, my body was leaning to him. Now break his hip like this. Now from here, it's my body position. I can elbow strike or elbow strike. If you don't know how to do the elbow, a lot of times I'll do this, bam, punch the elbow back and then run the opposite direction. So that's if my arm is free. I can use my hand, or I can move my head on the side, do an elbow strike like so. Or sometimes the headbutt, okay? Even better sometimes, this is just another option. If he grabs my hair, he tries to pick me up, like try to lift me up. Oh, I use my hand, my foot to hook on the inside like this, or the outside of the leg like this. This will prevent me getting swing. So he lifts me up, I swing. I use my hand. If I drop my body, hit me tight. I'm gonna use my hip to push into his knee. I can grab and reach, set him down. Now from here, I'm gonna swing this leg through, then a half what we call the knee bar. This is not as recommended going on the street because generally I don't wanna go on the ground in the streets. I wanna escape and run. If I have to go on the street, on the ground, then I have to finish with something quickly, okay? So that's the third option, which is step, grab his leg, sit through, okay? A fun option, which is not always great, this is a little fun trick, but you can kick this leg back either way. I'm gonna do a dive roll this way, at the same time, I reach for the angle. So nice and slow, I'm gonna go like this, reach the roof, like that. Now I can fold to the side and then lock it in for the knee bar, just like that, okay? So that's the third option. The last option is so he has my arm pinned like so. Now, this kind of sucks, because now he can really try to swing my body by picking me up, and I don't have a good base. So what I'll do is I'll move my arm to the side, drop my gravity like so. Boom. Sometimes I'll hug the arm so he can't choke me. From here, watch what happens. Step, block the leg, and I just kick the leg straight, sit through. Once I'm here, swing this leg back, I'm gonna walk to north and south, start striking wherever you want, okay? So one more time. He grabs my arm, drop the hip, same time, sink, back step, block the leg, and I just sit, block him. Elbows on the ground, send my leg through, and then walk towards the highlight. That's so I can start to strike like that. Okay? So these are the 4 options that you're able to do when someone bear hug you. And then remember, regardless how they hug you, either from the front with the arms pinned, with the arms free, the first thing is not to think about, don't panic. The moment I start to panic, I'm gonna lose all my technique. And the most important part is my body is stiff. I stiff my body, it's a lot easier for him to pick me up. You wanna think about melting the body to the ground. And then just imagine that you were getting drunk. He grabs me, I sink. Now just all of a sudden the weight is on him. So now it makes it a little harder just for him to pick me up, just because I'm sinking my hip to the ground. It's almost like you're trying to pick up a kid and just kind of melt the body like this, right? And it's gonna make it a lot harder for the guy to pick you up. So the same thing when I drop my gravity, is the moment he grabs me, I wanna sink. Now I have all this time to do this, to make a frame, or maybe break the posture like that, to throw the knee or the hip throw, or maybe escape from there. Okay guys? Well, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you guys liked the video today. Please leave your comment in the section below, and I'll see you guys next week.